So guys, I thought I'd share a few of my small space solutions for my workshop. Yes, it's a mess, but it's been working. And something I've been building. I haven't done a build video, but I'm sure all of you are pleased. But small space solutions for me is everything on wheels, yeah? And anything that you can use as a work table or as double functions. This, I'm really pleased with this because it's an extra work table for me, and my chop saws out in literally seconds, half a minute. I've been using it, I will be using it some more, so it's still out. But the beauty is I can move it out of the way to wherever I want. What I've just built, or I'm building, it's functional now, is this router table. I was in two minds whether to do a router table or the flip top table for the jointer planer, thickness planer. Now the reason I went for this first, I could use that always in my inside table from me saw, but it's not as convenient. It's either in or it's out, so it made it difficult to move the saw around. Although I'm taking up the same amount of space, I can put that to one side. It's also exactly the same height as saw now, due to the fact, well, it's the saw I've hired slightly, just so I don't take another one of them nasty shots to the male parts. It could be a gut shot now. I'd rather have a gut shot than take one for the boys. So, but the main reason I built that is, again, once the router's wound down, it's a tabletop to work on. It works as a side feed or an out feed table that's table saw, because that is exactly the same height. The other stuff's lower obviously now, just due to the fact I've moved it up. But moving the saw higher is not a problem. It doesn't create catches, so that's not a problem. But well, like I said, all the material here is reclaimed stuff that I were going to throw in a skip, so it saved me money twice. A, I don't have to pay for it to go away, and B, I don't have to buy more materials to come in. I didn't have enough material to build for the jointer thickness planer. Now, where the jointer thickness planer is now is under that table. Now, the build for that will be a flip top like this, so it'll give me extra space again as a work table or somewhere to build or leave junk, but it will only be half the size of that when it's done. It'll be literally half the size of that, so I'll gain more floor space. Another thing which I would say is this has saved me loads of money. Basically I built a cyclone, yeah, and it cyclones into this bucket. I'll show you a quick clip. See that? That's $100. No, you say it's sawdust. That shop vac with that Theakston head, or whatever they call it, is a cyclone. Now, 3 bags for that. I think they're 20 litres supposed to be, but you never get them full, and you lose suction and all that lot when the bags are in. 3 bags for that cost me 20 odd francs. I haven't bought a bag for that now in, I don't know, 3 years I think since I built it, and I've emptied it 3 or 4 times. That's a 60, no it's not, I don't know how many litres that is, but I've probably saved myself easily 200 or 300 francs in bags, because as I say, you never get a full bag out of them. Only time I put a bag in that is when I use it to do car or something like that, and all the wood that comes out that goes in that goes into my compost, so nothing leaves unless I'm cutting something stupid. Then I don't use the over. If I'm like, yeah, depends what it is. I don't over everything up. Some stuff gets swept up and put in bin due to the fact that I don't want it in my compost. Another thing I'm going to do to save space, let me just Move these back out of the way. I'll put you down a sec. Oh, nearly forgot. I'm going back to the router table. Nearly forgot. This again. This is a door for here. That's going to flip down. This is shy because it wasn't big enough, basically. But this sort of made me decide what to do with this. This is going to be a flip down door, so that all my bits, when that flips down, all my bits will be there, and I can just use whatever bits I need, and the tools, you know, the spanner and the tool for lifting it will all be there in my hands. All the other stuff for the router and the other plunge router will all go in there. So that's that self-centering mortise jig. There'll be a fence. That all goes in there, so everything router is going to be there. Same as everything drill is in there, basically. I've got a few bits on wall, but that just makes them easier to put my hands on. But the other thing I'm going to do is this shelf unit. I'm going to move that from there and put it here. And that'll, I'll move the shelves up as well. The shelves will be moved in distance, and then that'll allow for the compressor to go underneath the bottom shelf and still leave me all the shelves I've got. They're not full to the top, obviously. I would have to organise a few things better. But this is a really small spell. It's a really small space. I know people are working smaller spaces than this. But my effective space finishes there. I'm saying that's my effective space. Here I've got a lot of junk at the minute, but I have got my lathe. I have got a little mini steel bench, but I've been storing stuff in here that's going in to escape the stuff that needs to be burnt, but weather's not really great, so I'm not going to go out and have a fire. But yeah, so when that's sorted, then I've got to move on to this section and move all this other junk out of the way. But when you look at it and say, the wheels make so much difference, and being able to get some stuff out like the flip top bench gives you so much more extra space. It's like this. If I move this to here, I can practically cutting off maybe a 4 metre, 5 metre length. I'm saying it's a small space, but there's a lot of stuff in here to fit, you know. And once it's all against back wall, I've still got some floor space. As I say, when that table's gone, that'll be off at size. So basically everything will move over, and the drill press will fit in that far corner over there, and I reckon it'll be all right. It'll be more functioning, because I've got to build some wardrobe doors, and I want to be able to just do it. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. I don't want to be messing about, moving stuff, trying to find stuff. I want to just get a production and do what I've got to do. I've worked it out. I changed my mind slightly, and I can get it done in 8 doors, although they'll be 2.3 metre long, but I can get it done in 8 doors, which is better than doing 16, doing doubles at top, you know. Yeah. Anybody any other thoughts on small space shops? Let me know. Oh, that little guy that I was carving for the house. Oh, we've got to go up there. I did one. It was out of scale, so he had to be eliminated. I'm doing another one. I've got a pattern which is I drew out for that little man. I've scaled it up now to do another one, but if anybody wants a copy of that and they want to fancy having a go at some carving, then let me know. I'll email you the pattern if that interests you. So guys, like I said, this is that pattern I did, and if anybody wants a copy, they can have a copy, and it can be cut out on a bandsaw and then finished by hand, or it can be done all done by hand with a knife. This is the guy that I got out of it, or that I did out of it, and this is his big brother, which I haven't finished yet. And the difference between this is I've put him a raccoon skin hat on, which I thought would be fun, just because I can. He's about 10% bigger, but if anybody would want either of them, I could send you either of them, what you can print out onto A4 and do it yourself. Don't forget, thumbs up or a thumbs down. And remember, it's nice to be nice.